Are big corporations creating a housing crisis? As you're probably aware, housing prices have skyrocketed since the pandemic and homes have become unaffordable for millions of families, especially millennials and Gen Zers looking to buy their first properties. Now, a lot of people are blaming investors, and in particular, giant institutional investors like Blackrock for causing this housing crisis. And it's certainly true that these large corporate investors have purchased hundreds of thousands of homes across the country over the last decade. In fact, in the last 2 years, about a quarter of single-family homes on the market were sold to investors. So this is definitely an issue. Some local governments are even considering laws that would ban investors from purchasing single-family homes altogether. And for certain communities, this might make sense. I wouldn't want to live in a society where families are unable to realize the American dream of home ownership and are dependent on the generosity of private equity firms to provide them with a roof over their heads. Of course, the World Economic Forum would probably love that idea. But the truth is, that's not really our biggest issue. Large institutional investors own about 1 to 2% of the housing stock, so they're actually not the cause of our current housing crisis, and banning them from buying homes may help certain areas, but it's not going to have much of an impact overall. If you want to know the real cause of our current housing crisis, look to our government, which has completely distorted the housing market. There are two things in particular that have caused this mess. First, local governments, especially those run by progressive politicians, implemented ridiculous land use regulations which limits where homes can be built and drives up construction costs. Second, look to the federal government, which has recklessly printed trillions of dollars and massively depreciated the value of the dollar. Our government spends more every year, like 1 billion times more, than the Kardashians do on their plastic surgery, which is a lot. And these irresponsible government actions have created both a housing shortage and an inflated currency. And so, not surprisingly, gargantuan asset managers like Blackrock, who are always first in line to get the government cash, as well as mom and pop investors, feel compelled to invest in hard and scarce assets like real estate in order to preserve their wealth from inflation. If you've ever wondered why TVs and laptops go down in price every year, while housing, education, healthcare go up, it's because of this top-down government manipulation of the economy. If we are serious about solving our housing crisis, Americans need to push their local politicians to build way more housing and cut the insane regulations. We also need to stop electing representatives in Congress who want to keep printing and spending trillions of dollars, leading us to a path of financial ruin while using their power to enrich themselves. Like this video, follow me, Ashton Cohn on YouTube, check out my podcast, and go to genbiz.com for more great content.